Here's the interior. I've already cleaned this off one time. It actually looks like these are basically brand new, although aged. I have the seat belts here. The bolt needs to go. I don't know where it goes, but it goes somewhere. I don't have all these details. I don't know what that is. I don't know what this thing does, if that's an added feature or what. I have the piece that goes here, but I don't have the piece for this, and I don't have the front dash. I don't know if I even need the front dash, but I do need to somehow get that back up. It doesn't look like there's any rust here. I see some sort of splattery material, which is probably like a rust preventative coating. I see some strange wood paneling. I think they wanted it to look like the inside of a house or something. And what is that? Well, that means the wiring's going to be fun. And there's a bulb sticking out, so something's not getting light. Oh, it does have these little things on here still, so that's good. I think they just coated this with paint, so that's nice. I think that's supposed to be the VIN number. So, the door, everything looks good here. Can't turn it by hand, but the glass looks like it's intact. This looks fine other than being crusty. That's okay with me. I just want to get this running. There are some random wiring harnesses. Hopefully that's just for the radio. And the other side has a piece of wood. Not sure what that's for. And this has some sort of sticker or piece of tape. I don't know what's going on here. More of this nice wood paneling. I'm guessing that's not stock. Oh look, what is that? That's for the top of the engine, the little gasket. That's it. Why is it in here? You never know what people are trying to do. And some interesting upholstery here. Sorry, I got a bug in my eye. It's rare around here. Okay. There might be some rust under here. Well, that's all right. I don't need it to be perfect, just mostly perfect. That's a nice drain. Is that to drain the rust onto the floor pan? That'd be cool. More of this wood paneling. Sorry, the lighting's not very good. Well, I don't know what's going on, but it'll be all right. What? Oh, we got a temp gauge here. Is that stock or is that special? A radio hider. I'm sure that's stock. Yeah, a piece of angle iron in here. Great. And a piece of carpet, because this is a house. All right. Some random bolts. This bolt here. This one here. There's a hole in the bottom. I wonder what that's for. Yep, so again, I'm not too worried about the interior. I think it'll hold together just fine. It has all the gauges. I honestly don't know how all this is supposed to go together. And I appear to be missing the piece that goes on here, but maybe I can just fabricate something. I looked on the internets for that and I haven't figured out where to look for that. I may just make something out of sheet metal or wood, since it's pretty much flat. That could be easy to do. Half round or something with some stain. Be nice. Door shuts good. So I assume the shocks are probably okay. The steering doesn't seem to wiggle, so that's probably a good thing. These don't look too beat up. They actually feel very pliable, so that's good. And I don't see any rust here, but I do see bare paint, so I do want to go through and spray the rust inhibitor, and then probably a primer gray as best I can everywhere. So maybe I'll remove all these things and then just spray a thin layer of primer on it, tape it off so it looks okay, and then that way when I put the engine in, it's not like I have to take it back apart to do that step. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I can get the engine started outside of the car, and that way I don't have to actually have the car working or in the shape that I want it to be in. I don't know, I guess these are all weird looking because well, I don't know. I guess they're just loose. So those probably have to get strapped in. And then I don't know if I have whatever goes here. Are those just wiper holes for the sprays? Well, don't know. I do have the windshield wipers, the arms and the blades themselves, but I know you can get new blades. The back of the car is pretty good. They did a decent job of the paint job. It's not, I don't see any weird marks of paints. There are some chipped areas. I don't know if that's just because they did a quick job or if they did a good job and they didn't do prep right. Again, I'm not worried about it. I don't know. This isn't going to be a concourse car or anything. It'll just be a nice runner. So, and it's cool that the doors open and close nicely. And the tires are 2018 at 2026. So what is that? 7-8 years. So that's fine. And they're all the same. They're all holding air. So I feel really good about the tires. I'll probably put a gray paint like I did on the MGA, just to get that all nice and clean looking. Clean up the bumpers. There's a little bit of like tape or something, glue from the tape, or I don't know, but maybe it's just a weird rust thing. You can see that line there. I don't know what that's from. Maybe the bumper was against something. Also, it seems like the bumper is out quite a ways. And I don't know if that's stock. It seemed like it would be maybe in here, like 1.5 inches. Did they put extenders on it or something? Maybe this spacer is supposed to be on the other side of it. Maybe it doesn't have to have a spacer. I don't know. Could look nice without the bumper altogether. So that's the current situation with this car. Again, the engine interior, cleaning this up. Maybe I can have get some welding done here. Maybe I'll just primer it over, rust inhibitor primer, and then just put plastic in there. It's not like it's structural for that part, it's just holding the battery. And clean this up and get the motor in. That would be great. Get this thing running. The front looks pretty good. I don't see any dents. I have no idea if there was any body work that was done to it underneath the paint. They did a decent job taping it off, but not perfect. That's okay. This is a rescue. I'm just gonna keep telling myself that it's a rescue. So this is it. See what happens. How many weeks, how many days will it take to fix this? Get it running and drivable? Should we start a countdown? Let's see, it's March 5th today, I think. Maybe it's the 4th. Do you think by January 4th it'll be running and driving and be doing journeys around town or whatever? Put in your bets, put in your put in the comments, what do you think? How many months is it going to take me to do this? Or is it going to sit here for another 10 years like the previous owner? See, here's a chip, and I don't know whether that's just a Bondo for right here or if like this whole thing is. I'm not a body expert, and there's, you know, they did a quick job on this, but the paint actually is pretty smooth and shiny. It's pretty good. Not gonna complain. For that, I'm gonna get a refund. They put red paint on this air horn. Why would you want an air horn? Are you trying to look like a semi-truck? Okay, that's fine. This is gonna be fun. I said sarcastically. Yep, that'll be interesting. All right, so have you figured out what this car is? And have you figured out what year it is? It is, I'll tell you, it is a 1965 Austin Healey Sprite. The reason I know it's a Sprite is because it has one label still on the car, and that one right there. It wants to come off, but that's there. This is not a stock steering wheel, but actually I think the steering wheel wouldn't be bad if you just put a cover over it. There is tape here, but maybe I could just tape the whole thing. I wonder how bad this part is. This horn is ridiculous. Look at that thing. Beep, beep. and the the indicator system, I doubt that is stock, but it's gonna need some help. And let's see what else I've got. I think it's 38,926 miles, and the trip odometer is 797 and 0.6, and it says high on here. I wonder if that means you're high when you're driving it, or maybe they're just telling themselves that means high beam. It says ignition, but it also says MPH. I don't know yet. And then here's a blinker. Blinker lights are in here. What happened to them? I'll clean that up at some point. It does have, oops, sorry. does have its pedals. Not that you can see in the dark, and it has its high beam, so that's pretty good. I wonder what's under here. Is this rusted out? There appears to be like foam, like from an ice chest foam. I don't know what kind of foam that is, but maybe they're trying to deaden the noise. Was it too noisy? Oh, this looks like it's original carpet. Oh, sorry. Is this original carpet right here? And they just put this one over it because they ran out. Could be original. Lots of wiry things going on. Okay. So that's what it's here. 1965 Austin Healey Sprite. Basically the same as a Mgmidget. And this one's in a typical red. I don't know the name of it. And I think it'll be a fun project. So tune in for the next video and continue to watch the progress.